Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining and thank you for being on time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, as more people join, feel free to share in the chat where are you joining us from today? Where are you joining us from? Really curious to know. Thank you guys for joining. Let me see. Netherlands. Hi, Anna. UK. Cork, Ireland. Hi, Hannah. Cambridgeshire. Ernest. Dublin. London. Okay, it's flying. Very, very nice to have you all. Very nice to have you all here. Australia. Hi, Holly. What time is it there? Netherlands. Savita. Hi, Savita. Great to have you here. Brilliant. Okay, Rotterdam, Netherlands. Reading, UK. Hi, Jane. Great to have you. Beautiful. Okay, okay. Let me see. UK, Spain, France. Hi, Sofiane. France. Hi, Nicolas. Bonjour. Rosa from Spain. Hola. Beautiful. So we are international crowd tonight. Hi, Manny from Birmingham. Holly says it's 4 a.m. in Australia. Wow, Holly, I truly honor you for being here. I hope you can stay awake with us until the end of the session. Brilliant. Okay, so as more people are joining, guys, for those of you who just recently joined, feel free to share in the chat where are you joining us from. We will begin in 1 minute, so thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for being on time. It's always an honor to have you and to host this kind of sessions, and I will share why reclaiming self-confidence is one of the sessions that I love to facilitate most, because once you truly take it in, it becomes deeply transformational. Because once you allow yourself to be seen, to shine, to believe you can actually do it, your life changes. Okay, so feel free to share in the chat where are you joining us from. I'll be reading okay, Portugal. Holly's laughing. Xiomi, Germany. Hi. Alina from Portugal. Michelle from Spain. Maxim Andre, Romania. Hello. Anne, I can't hear anything. Okay, guys, can you please let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Can you please let me know in the chat if you can hear me and if you can also see a presentation where it says reclaiming self-confidence? Okay, you can see and hear. Okay, so for those of you who cannot hear, please try to log out and log in, or at the same time try and use some headphones if possible. So the challenge is on your end. So thank you guys for sharing that in the chat, because if they cannot hear, they will not be able to listen to this, right? So thank you for your assistance. I appreciate all of you. All right. So anyways, just to reassure all of you, I will be recording this session, so I will make it available afterwards for those of you who have trouble with audio or could not join for any other reason. Okay, so rest assured you will get the session. Now, for those of you who joined live, you are in for a treat, because we get to interact. You get to see that you are not alone in your challenges, and we have people from all around the world, including Australia, which is brilliant. And so you will see that you are not alone in your challenges, and also that change is possible. Real change is possible. And if you are here, I know you may have tried different things to build your confidence, and it probably becomes tiring once you try so many things and you feel like you are back into the same place. So let's take it moment by moment and allow yourself to fully experience this. Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to Reclaiming Self-Confidence. Stop shrinking, start shining. I'm truly honored to have you here tonight. Now, you are a powerhouse if you are here, and you know that deep down because these events I'm putting out there are based on resonance, okay? So I want you to truly trust that if you are here tonight, you are not here by accident. Now, there are millions of places you could have been in this online universe. So many sessions, so many places you could have been, okay? However, you chose to be here tonight. And so, if you are here, you didn't land here by accident. I want you to trust that you are here for a reason and that something from this session will change you for the better. Now, I truly know that this is your time if you are here and you are done with repeating the same patterns over and over again. And I trust that you are now ready for a full transformation. Okay, now before we begin, I'd love to know what made you join today. Let me know in the chat what made you join today, because I had about, in total, across different platforms, around 900 people who registered. And you guys showed up, okay? Now, what made you not only register, but truly made you show up as well? Because that's the hardest part. It's hard to take action. It's easy to fill up a form and say, yeah, I'll join. But then it's different to put in the effort to show up and do the work, okay? So let me know, what made you show up today? Okay? Anna says, struggling to take ownership of my life direction, feeling like a child. Thank you for sharing that, Anna. Masi says, I want to have my own business but no confidence. Thank you for sharing that, Masi. Fiona says, divorce. Sorry that you are going through that, Fiona. I know that's a difficult time. I'm glad you are here. Elma says, I know it's my confidence that's holding me back. Thank you for sharing that, Elma. Becoming confident and overcoming challenges. Thank you for that. Michael says, I do need to improve my posture. Thank you for sharing that, Michael. Queen says, self-esteem and confidence. Xiomi says, I'm tired of being lonely. Savita says, fear of judgment. Ashwini, I hope I said that right, to increase overall confidence and feel valued. Learning how to unwire wired pattern and habits. You are in the right place for that. Rosa says learning, beautiful. Just interested in improving confidence in life. Feel more confident in myself and my decisions. Adriana says, I'm not confident and that affects all aspects of my life, work, personal relationships, etc. Okay, brilliant awareness, and thank you guys for being so vulnerable. Maria says, I want to believe more in myself. James says, I've been too timid since childhood, bullying. Thank you for sharing that, James. Puru says, confidence with people. Tanzim says, I've gone through a recent breakup. Holly says, I opened my emails an hour ago and saw this talk. It's the first one I've come to. I had a miscarriage and my partner left and I want to work on myself. Really sorry you are going through this, Holly. This is quite a difficult time for you. So I just want you guys to truly honor our shared humanity. Can you see how many of you are struggling right now? Divorce, miscarriage, struggles at home, relationship, family, jobs. Can you see how you are not alone? And so many people across all over the world, we are in this together. And I truly want us to send love to each one. So I want you guys to send some love in the chat for everyone who's struggling right now. Come on, guys. Let's share some love because you've seen so much happening in everyone's life. Everyone who is here right now is going through something. So let me see if I can also share. Do I have my... Beautiful. I see the love. Thank you guys for sharing that. I see the heart. Beautiful. We are in this together. So if there's one thing I want you to know right now is that you are not alone. And as Anna just shared in the chat, we will get through this. We will get through this and we are here together, okay? I just got goosebumps and I'm feeling the love, guys. So thank you for filling this space with love and beautiful energy. There is always hope, as Peter just shared, and this hope is created by us, okay? And especially by us coming together as imperfect human beings ready to work on ourselves, okay? So I truly honor you for being here, for being so vulnerable. I really wetted my eyes. I'm not gonna cry. But I just want you to truly know that my heart is with each and every single one of you right now. Every single one of you, as you can see, is going through something. And I just want you to know that there is always hope, and that when you reach out to spaces like this that are safe, we can share our humanity, we can come together with our own struggles and work through them, okay? Because as you can see, a lot of us are going through things. And even if you see me smiling, I just want to reassure you that my life is not perfect. I have my own struggles and challenges, and it's just that I've learned how to deal with them, and it gets a bit better once we know. Okay, I see a lot of you are going emotional. I wasn't expecting to become emotional at the beginning of the journey, but it's your stories that made me emotional, and I appreciate your vulnerability. And I truly want you to know that you are not alone. And tonight we are going to support each other to the best of our ability to get to a better place, okay? So I want you to truly take this in. Tonight is not about becoming someone new. It's about removing what's been suppressing who you already are, okay? So who you were, an imperfect but very confident human being as a child, and who you are today, maybe struggling in different areas. Life has made sure we all got some challenges that have shaken us, and it's time to get back to our power. Now, I want to share something that will help you understand my own journey. I was the person who was beyond lack of self-confidence. I couldn't trust myself for anything. And when it came to public speaking and being in spaces like this, my hand would literally shake at the idea of pressing start meeting. And I'm not even talking about allowing other people in. So about 10 years ago, when I started this journey, I would have these sessions with 1 or 2 or 3 participants, and my hands were shaking at the idea of just starting the meeting. And the same would happen in spaces where I had to deliver speeches in person in front of people, and I was literally trembling, shaking, and I thought I would never be the person who just enjoys being with people, helping them go through their challenges and facilitate transformation. And so what happened in the process is what I will share with you tonight, and you'll understand how you shift from a place where you are terrified, from a place where you are terrified of taking steps, of starting your own business, of rebuilding your life after a loss, of taking brave steps ahead to move your life in a better place, and how you can become someone who just moves. And let me just share how much I love you guys for being so supportive in the chat. You are such incredible human beings, and that was my intention for today, to bring together beautiful human beings, and to facilitate change for them, okay? So I've been doing this work for over 10 years now, and in my work, I've learned one thing, that when we are together, when we come together, this collective energy helps everyone in the room shift, okay? Now, we have a code of honor for this session, no distractions. So if you showed up for yourself, if you are here tonight, my invitation is to put any other distractions away. Make sure your social media is not around, your TV is off. Make sure you are fully here, because if you are here and you play full out, you will leave with a different energy at the end of this session, okay? Now, 100% presence. What does it mean? Our mind is designed to travel to the past, what happened in the past, especially your tough moments, your adversity, replaying your losses, replaying what happened, replaying every single time when things didn't go well. And why that is normal, that's what the mind does. We do not want to spend too much time there because we want to be here in the present moment, creating, honoring what happened in the past and building from there. And then another place where your mind loves to wander is in the future. What will happen? What will I do? What will I eat later? Will I get some sleep or not? And so on and so forth. So every single time you find your mind wandering either to the past or to the future, my invitation is to snap your fingers, tap your shoulder, and bring yourself back into the present moment. And 100% participation. Now, you take out whatever you put in. So nobody will force you to participate. However, by doing so, by allowing yourself to be vulnerable, by allowing yourself to share your struggles, by allowing yourself to go through this work together, you will help yourself integrate every single thing we will be doing tonight. Okay? Now drop a yes in the chat if you honor this code of honors of ours and you are ready to create change. I want to see some yeses in the chat if you are up for it. Okay, I see some yeses. Nicole, Haley, Queen, Peter, Savita, Miranda, Fiona, Chloe, Andre, Anja, Ernest, Sufyan, James. Beautiful. Guys, and if I cannot read all your names, please understand they're just going so fast. Thank you so much. I truly see all of you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Now, this is our journey together. We are going to explore, first of all, what is true confidence, and then the 3 hidden confidence killers. What's actually blocking the path? Then I'm going to share with you the confidence reset formula that I use till, and like today, I still use it. This is what actually created lasting transformation for me. And once you truly embody it, because you will see, even if you are confident, the larger the dream, the bigger the dream, that creates a gap. And again, you might start doubting if you can actually go there. And so this confidence reset formula, what it does is truly helps you navigate confidence at every level and helps you come back to the present, to your body. And then you are in for a treat. Towards the end of the session, I will be guiding you through an activation, stepping into your confident self, which is literally rewiring your nervous system. We will activate the confidence frequency in your nervous system. You will actually get to feel it, and you'll get to experience the contrast between when you doubt yourself, when you are in a low place, and when you trust yourself. Because there are specific things that happen in the body, and the body comes before the mind. There's something specific that happens in the body when you doubt yourself and you get stuck and you shrink. And there's something specific that happens in the body that you can lead and make happen when you are confident, when you are decisive, and when you are ready to create momentum and push your life forward. And then I will share with you what's next, okay? Now, let's make this real. I want you to truly be honest and vulnerable, and type yes in the chat if you've held yourself back when you wanted to speak or when you wanted to step up in your life. If you've overthought something simple, you wanted to do something, but then you replay this, can I do it? Will I do it? Is it possible for me? And then in the end, you didn't take action. Type a yes in the chat if you delayed taking action. Because of this overthinking, in the end, you said, nah, I cannot do it. I give up. And I want you to share yes in the chat if you shrunk to avoid judgment. You are so focused about what would people say What would people think? What will people believe about you if you do specific things that you made yourself small so you don't have to go through that? Let me know in the chat. Okay, I see yes to everything, says D. Elma says yep. Susan, yes. Francesca says shrinking to stay in the tribe. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes. Michelle says yes, I shrink myself with friends. Yes to all of them. Hannah says yes. Adriana says yes. Yes, a lot of you. Yes, I appreciate your honesty, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I want you to truly take this in. This is not a personality flaw. This is a pattern your nervous system has learned and has ingrained through repetition. Okay, so let me say that again for the people in the back. This is not a personality flaw. This is not something to do with your personality. This is a pattern. I want you to think about just like a computer program that's running on the background. It's a pattern in your nervous system. It's like a driveway that your nervous system has learned. Okay, if we are exposed to judgment, avoid. If you are exposed to failure, avoid. If we are exposed to rejection, avoid. Okay? And this pattern works out automatically. So it's not a personality flaw. It's something that you've learned and wired through repetition, most likely across decades. Okay? If you're an adult, for sure across decades. Now, what is confidence? It's the ability to believe in yourself that you can accomplish any task no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity. Now, let me make something clear. This is not about delusion, even though sometimes delusion helps. It's truly believing that you can get somewhere, and it's not about having a smooth ride there. It's believing you can get there. Okay, I may fail in the process. Okay, I may have some hurdles on the road. Okay, this might be more difficult than I thought. Okay, I'm not sure how easy it is to get there, but I know that as long as I don't give up and I learn how to get there, I will get there. Type a yes in the chat if this makes sense. So confidence is, you know what, this is what I want to get, this is where I'm going, and I am not stopping until I get there. I don't care how tough it is. I don't care how many hurdles in the road. I don't know how many things I need to learn to get there. All I know is that I believe I can get there, okay? Beautiful, beautiful. Well done for confirming that. Now, why confidence is not in the mind? Now, what's happening is that we have believed that confidence is, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Now, what's happening is this I can do it. If it's happening just in the mind and your body doesn't believe it, you cannot do it. Your body will be quick to say, no, you can't, shut up. So confidence is not positive thinking. It's a nervous system state. It's your body feeling safe that it can get there, okay? Now, when your body doesn't feel safe to be seen, it will shrink, okay? It will help you, it will guide you through self-sabotaging cycles all over again, over and over again, to make sure that you don't feel danger. So if your body doesn't feel safe to move somewhere, it will keep you stuck. When it does, when your nervous system says, hey, it's safe to be seen. Hey, it's safe to public speak. Hey, I can do this, even if not everyone will like it, not everyone will resonate, not everyone will be on board, okay? But I can do this. And if the body feels safe, then you take action, and then you can naturally expand. So when your nervous system, when your body feels safe to take action, safe to be seen, safe to speak, safe to fail, that's when you rise. That's when your life starts moving. So I want us to redefine confidence, because this is truly the formula I found in my own life. It's not arrogance, not fake it till you make it. It's truly safety in the body, helping the nervous system feel safe with taking action, plus clarity, knowing where is it exactly that I want to go, okay? then understanding that going there might not be a straight line, okay? Honoring that, because that actually helps the body feel safe. Oh, so if we don't get there from the first try, that is okay? Yeah. So having that clarity helps your body maintain safety while taking action. So safety in the body, clarity about where you want to go, and then taking small aligned action builds momentum. And the more you get feedback, the more that momentum grows, the more your confidence builds, okay? Now, you as a child were very confident, okay? So as children, we are born probably too confident. And I want you to think about it, because I remember seeing a child literally running in front of a car, being confident that that car won't hit him. Okay? Why? Because the child doesn't yet have boundaries. He doesn't really know what's harmful in this world. And I want you to think about it. Now, that child was very confident to touch a hot stove. Why was he confident to touch a hot stove? Because he didn't know where the boundaries are, and he believed he can do it and be fine after doing it, right? But then what happens? As children, we are taught boundaries, and we have been building fences around what we can do. So if the teacher says you're stupid, you cannot do that, now you build a fence. If your mother says no, you're not good at this, you will never make it, now you build another wall, and you believe, oh, okay, another limitation. If someone around you, a friend or neighbor, criticize you on something you love to do, oh, don't sing, your voice is terrible, right? Now, you don't have the confidence anymore to sing, because now you have this wall where people gave you feedback that was hurtful, and now you're starting to doubt what you can actually do or cannot do, okay? Now, type a yes in the chat if you can notice how you may have built fences in your life and limitations about what you can or cannot do in your own life. Let me know in the chat if this resonates, because it's very important for us to acknowledge how these patterns of limitation have been formed in your nervous system, okay? A lot of you say yes, 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 okay? That's most of us as human beings, okay? So now our job as adults is to slowly tear up those fences, slowly put aside any limitation, and start moving again, okay? And so before we go into it, I want us to let the body catch up and truly be present. So I invite you to have your back straight for a second, okay? Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. I want you to bring yourself in the body, because we operate mostly in the mind without even realizing, okay? So I want you to feel your feet on the ground, okay? Drop your shoulders. Soften your jaw. There's nothing to fix. This is just one moment when we allow ourselves to feel grounded, and we allow the body to be aligned with the mind so that we can take in this session, okay? Now, inhale 4. And long exhale. We're gonna do it 3 more times. Inhale. And long exhale. 2 more times. Just allow yourself to be present. Deep breath in. And long exhale. We're going to do it 1 more time. Deep breath in. And a long exhale out. And now wiggle your fingers and toes. Just acknowledge them. Just acknowledge your body too. And just drop in the chat if you feel a bit more present, even if by 5%, if something shifted, even if just very, very gentle. Let me know in the chat. Okay? A lot of you noticed. Yep, a little. That's perfect. Yep. Body shifted, a bit calmer. Yep, great, beautiful. Now, confidence is not built. I want you to go back to the story I shared about childhood. Confidence is your natural state, okay? And we have been blocking it across our life, and we added more and more limitations around it. So the work is not to find confidence, is to remove the limitations we have built so that we can let it express again, okay? So what blocked confidence? Fear of judgment. Every single time people judged you for your decisions, your actions, how you look, what you want to do with your life, you started to shrink. The second thing that blocks it is emotional memory. Emotional memory has been formed in the body every single time you got criticized, for example. So if you loved singing and someone told you repeatedly, your voice is horrible, your body has stored now emotional memory. And so even the idea of singing, now, even if you like singing, the idea and that emotional memory that is painful blocks you from actually taking action. And the third one is self-protection. Now, every single time you are exposed to failure, rejection, criticism, being seen in your authentic, imperfect human self, and you have been going through these experiences and your body said, oh, being criticized is tough. Oh, failing, people make fun of you. Oh, rejection, oh my God, that feels terrible. And your nervous system has created a bubble of protection and now says, we don't go there because that brings pain, okay? And so your confidence is still in there. We just need to remove the fear of judgment. We need to remove the emotional memory, past imprints from ever since you were a child up till today. And we need to remove your self-protection shield, okay? Let me know in the chat if this makes sense. I truly want you to be on board with this. Want to make sure that this is landing for you, okay? Good. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I want you to be very honest and vulnerable and share in the chat, where do you shrink the most? Because that's where the blocks that I just shared are actually most present. Where do you shrink yourself the most right now? Is it in your work? Is it in your environment, relationship? Is it in your visibility? You're holding yourself back? Where exactly do you struggle the most? Okay, I see relationships quite a lot. Every aspect of my life, says Nicole. Kieran says relationship. Katie, work. Relationships, pretty much every aspect. Visibility, family, visibility. Very critical and controlling patterns. That makes sense, Francisca. Sarita says visibility. Jess says work and relationships. Setting boundaries with friends, says Michael. At work, relationships, among strangers, friendships. So can you see that each one of you has your own specific places where you shrink? And why is it different? It is because your own unique life experiences created your own unique blocks that are now blocking specific areas where those blocks have been more prominent in your life, okay? And so thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being so vulnerable. Now, there are some costs to shrinking, and if you are here, I'm pretty sure you have experienced those costs, okay? Now, let me know in the chat what is costing you every single time you are shrinking. What's costing you right now? Is it missed opportunities, self-betrayal cycles, emotional exhaustion, impact on relationships and income, right? So, okay, Haley says emotional exhaustion, missed opportunities, exhaustion, health, self-betrayal cycles, emotional exhaustion. Thank you for sharing that, guys. So we need to truly realize dissatisfaction with life, missed opportunities, emotional exhaustion. Thank you for sharing that. Now, the shrinking pattern. I want you to truly get what's actually happening. So, think about it. Some of you shared work, some of you shared family, and I want you to think about your own unique patterns, where exactly you struggle right now. And I want you to notice the pattern that's actually playing out. So you get a trigger in your relationship, in your family, in your work environment. You get a trigger, your body reacts, And the way it reacts is it contracts, okay? Body posture, yeah? Shallow breathing, your body contracts, okay? Now what happens is the mind starts doubting and it replays past scenarios. Remember, emotional memory. So that emotional memory is playing out and it says, oh, this is happening again. Remember when this happened? And then you hold yourself back, okay? So this is, I want you to see it as a cycle that keeps you into this self-doubt, missed opportunities that you are going through right now, okay? So you get a trigger at work, relationship, you want to start a business, but even the first step triggers you, right? Your body reacts. How does it react? It brings out past memories. It brings out emotional memory. It brings out all the times you have failed in the past, where you haven't been good enough, when you were criticized, and all of that. And then what happens? Your mind doubts, and the body reflects that, and your nervous system stops feeling safe and says, no, 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 we are holding back. We are not doing this again, okay? And so what's happening is you didn't lack confidence. Your system didn't feel safe in that moment. So every single time you want to do something and you feel like self-doubt is holding you back, it's not that you lack confidence in that moment. It's your nervous system not feeling safe to take action, okay? Now there are 3 confidence killers. The first one is self-abandonment. And self-abandonment is more present every single time you say yes to people when you want to say no, okay? So every single time in your life, even if it's family, friends, work relationships, where you put everyone else around as a priority and you put yourself last, your nervous system learns that you don't matter, that your life doesn't matter, and that everyone else is more important, okay? And so every single time you do that, your focus is on other people, pushing them up, and at the same time pushing yourself down. You don't matter. Why take action? Why push your life forward, okay? So self-abandonment is one of the hidden confidence killers. The second one is hypervigilance, and hypervigilance shows up as you focusing outward when you want to take an action. So you're focusing who's gonna see it, who's gonna criticize, who is going to create more emotional pain, rather than focusing inward. Oh, what do I want to create and how can I create that? Now, hypervigilance is actually the greatest hidden block that most people experience without realizing. They are so focused what's happening outside, what will people see, will people talk about them, what will people think, and they waste so much energy and time on the outside that they never get to look inward to see what they truly need and how they can make their body feel safe to take action. And the third one is comparison. And comparison is when you compare your journey with people who may have been on the same journey for 10 years ahead of you, for 20 years ahead of you. And I can say guilty here because I wanted to make a global impact 10 years ago when I started, and I was having 2 participants max on these sessions, and I wanted to make a global impact like Tony Robbins, 10,000 people, right? And so what I was doing is comparing my journey. I was just starting out with his journey. He has been in the business for over 40 years. 40 years, 40. I wasn't even in my 40s at the time, so I wasn't even alive for the amount of time that man has been in the transformation business. And so when we compare ourselves from where we are, step 1, to someone step 20, we are doing ourselves a disservice that blocks our journey. So you want to focus on where you are and your next step, and learn from those people who are ahead of you, but don't make it about where they are versus where you are, because for them to get there, they had to be at your step 1 also. They had their step 1, okay? So I've seen some of you already shared in the chat. Let me know in the chat Which one is your biggest confidence killer? What's actually holding you back right now? Which one is your biggest block? Let's see. 1 and 2 says Michael. Thank you for sharing that, Michael. Okay. Seeing Francesca, hypervigilance, self-abandonment, Xiaomi. Mel says all of them. Thank you for sharing that, Mel. Sofiane says hypervigilance, all of them. Comfort, all of them, says Andre. Haley, 1 and 2. Massey, all 3. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Now, this is something you might want to take a picture of, screenshot. I'll guide you through it. The 3-step confidence reset. Once you learn this, your life will start moving forward, okay? Now, the first one is awareness. It's noticing the reaction. Now, it takes a lot of effort to consciously notice the reaction in real time. So this is a process that doesn't happen by clapping your fingers. Why? Because right now what's happening, I just want you to imagine your nervous system has an idea. You have an idea. I want to start a business. And you have all this emotional memory on why that's not a good idea. You have your blocks, you have hypervigilance, who will see you fail and how bad that will be. So your nervous system says, nah, danger, don't do it, right? So the first thing we need to know, to notice is what's happening in the body. Oh, so I want to start the business and my body is already in alert. And it's signaling that something is not right and that's not a good idea, okay? Second step is to regulate the body. Okay, let's bring the body back into safety. And bringing the body back into safety can be just gently placing one hand on your heart, one on your belly, and I invite you to try it out now. Take a nice deep breath in and tell your body, we are safe here. Okay, because your body doesn't know the difference between you and the projection the mind is making, you already failing in that business that you didn't even start. So the body needs to be brought back into presence to notice that there is no danger right now, okay? And another way you can do this is just by looking around in the room you are, and I invite you to just notice 5 things in your room right now. Just become more present of your environment. So as soon as you notice 5 things in your room, your body's like, oh, so there is no danger here. There is no tiger. Okay, good. And that builds the trust back and you re-enter the same action, but now you re-enter it with presence, with awareness. Oh, so there is no tiger. Oh, okay, I haven't failed my business yet. I haven't even started a business. So I don't need to focus on the end journey. All I need to do is focus on my first step and trust myself enough to take one step, right? And now once you build that trust internally, you can step forward and take action, but just a gentle action, just enough for your body to still feel safe. And then you build from that and you use this 3-step confidence to break the cycle every single time until you get there. Now let me know in the chat if this feels like something that makes sense and if this is something that you can implement. Let me know in the chat if this makes sense and if this is something you feel you can implement. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that, Michelle. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Francesca. Thanks, Messi. Okay. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Now, this is how you interrupt the pattern in real time. So I want you to imagine this pattern. You have an idea, something that might involve other people, fear of judgment, emotional memory. So you get triggered. And when you get triggered, your body shrinks and doubts and doesn't take action. Now, what this does is interrupts this loop. So instead of getting that emotion, getting that idea, getting that emotional memory triggered, feeling unsafe, doubting, not taking action, now I'm noticing, oh, what's happening in my body right now is that my body doesn't feel safe. Okay, let me help my body feel safe first. Look around, center, bring your body back to presence, and then ask yourself, what is one small action I can take right now? Because small actions taking from a feeling of safety compound And this is what brings back your confidence, okay? Now, we are going to do an embodied presence exercise. Again, few seconds. I just want you to play with me. I just want you to sit slightly taller, okay? Your back straight. I want you to relax your face. Maybe put a smile on it, even if you have no reasons, just because you can do it. Just try it with me, okay? And now I want you to gently slow your breath. Just consciously slow your breath. And just stay here with me, just for a few breaths. We're inhaling gently, exhaling gently. Again, this is all we're doing. Inhaling gently, exhaling gently. And one more. We're just inhaling gently, exhaling gently. Now that is embodied presence. That is what I love to call quiet authority. You do not have to be loud. You do not have to make a lot of things. You have to feel, help your body feel present and confident. Not through I'm confident, but through your body posture. Just back straight, that's all we did. Through relaxing your face. A smile is optional, but always helps. And consciously slowing your breath. That signals to the body, we are safe. And from this place where we feel safe, it is safe to move. Now let me know in the chat if you felt this, even if it's just by 1%, even if 1%, even if just gently, okay? Thank you for sharing that, okay? Some of you maybe, that's okay. So this is what I want from you, your experience. Beautiful. Now, your body is the one that leads, and that's why you may feel stuck, okay? Your mind follows what the body feels. So if your body feels danger, your mind will follow. If your body feels safe, your mind will follow, okay? Now, I'm going to gently guide you through an activation right now. Before we do that, I want you to truly get the identity shift, what's happening at the pattern level when we change from shrinking to showing up. So your old story, what's happening in the mind at an identity level, is outward focus. What will they think? What if I get wrong and then they make fun of me? The new pattern, the new thing that's happening once we shift is I trust myself in the moment. And I just want to add here, even if the moment is not perfect, even if the moment doesn't involve applause, even if the moment it's not great on paper, right? And I can handle being seen, okay? That's all it is. Now, before we go into the activation, just because I want you to embody this first, every single time you tap, you embody, because it links what you are learning with what your body feels. So type in the chat, I trust myself. If you trust yourself to play fully in this activation right now. Okay? Haley, Sarita, Manny, Elma, Michael, Nicole, Eunice, Masi, Karen, Jane. Beautiful, beautiful. Andrea, Garcia, Fiona, Anton. Beautiful, beautiful. Keep them going if you haven't done it. Okay? Now, we are going to step into your most confident self. Okay? The version of you that doesn't hold back. Now, I just need to prep you a little bit. There's nothing you need to force for it to work. All you have to do is to follow my guidance. And very important here, before it gets good, I'm going to gently guide you through a moment where you doubt yourself. Because I want you to feel and to acknowledge and to build awareness of what's happening in your body every time you shrink yourself, okay? So it might be a bit uncomfortable when we go through that phase, but you can do it, and I am here to guide you. And at the end, it will feel really, really good if you play full out, okay? So all you have to do is follow my guidance. There's nothing expected of you. I just want you to show up as you are. and to allow yourself to be guided, okay? So I will be sharing music on the background, and I will need your help to let me know if you can hear my voice and the music. Just bear with me. Let me make sure. Okay. Now, let me just share it. Okay, can you please let me know in the chat if you can hear my voice nice and clear and the music? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I will close my camera. All I want you to focus is on my voice. Thank you for confirming. Okay, make sure you have your back straight. Your feet are flat on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Once again, deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Now, before we do anything else, just arrive. Not as who you think you should be, not as who you've been trying to fix, just you. Right here. Take a slow breath in through the nose and a long, soft exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your face relax. And for a moment, stop trying to be anything at all. Now, gently bring to mind a recent moment where you held back. You knew what you wanted to say. You knew how you wanted to show up, but something in you paused. You hesitated. You shrank. Not because you were incapable, but because something in your system didn't feel fully safe. Notice what happens in your body as you remember that moment. No judgment, just awareness. Where do you feel it? In your chest, throat, stomach, jaw? Just notice. Now, I want you to imagine a different version of you. Not perfect, not performative, but grounded, clear, present. The version of you who doesn't abandon themselves in the moment. Notice them. How do they sit? How do they breathe? How do they move when they enter a room? Slow it down. Let your nervous system study them. Now, step into that version. Not as imagination, but as embodiment. Let your spine adjust naturally. Let your breath slow. Let your shoulders settle into a more open position. Feel your feet on the ground differently. You are not becoming someone else. You are remembering a version of you that already exists. Now notice your chest. Notice your face. Notice your energy. Something subtle shifts when you stop bracing against life. Now repeat internally after me, slowly. I don't need permission to show up. I trust myself in the moment. I am safe to be seen. I stay with myself even when I am visible. I no longer abandon myself to be accepted. Now bring to mind a real situation where you usually shrink. A conversation, a meeting, a moment where you stay quiet instead of expressing yourself. And now, see yourself in that moment again. But this time, different. You speak, you stay grounded, you breathe slowly, you don't rush to disappear, you stay present in your body. Notice what changes when you stay with yourself. Now bring awareness back to your body. Press your feet gently into the ground and repeat slowly internally. This is safe. I am safe to be seen. I can stay with myself in any moment. Let your nervous system register that. Not as a thought, but as a new reference point. And now, take a deeper breath in and exhale slowly. Let this version of you settle into your system. You don't have to force confidence anymore. You are becoming someone who allows it. Now gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale. And when you're ready, you can come back and open your eyes. And let me know in the chat if something shifted in you. Again, I just want your raw experience. If nothing shifted or you didn't feel anything, that's fine too. I just want to know what happened for you in this process. Okay, iPhone says, thank you, I feel confident instantly. Haley says a little. Jane says, I feel, I dropped it. Goosebumps deep inside says Jess. Relax and calm, Rosa. Andre says calm. Fiona says a little. Elma says a lot calmer. It helped to relax, says Nicholas. Anna said, I feel calmer, really sleepy now. That's your nervous system decompressing, Anna. That's a great sign. Alefia says, I feel tiredness in my body. Again, that's your nervous system communicating because now you're more in tune. Vivian says, grateful. I feel calmer and better. Beautiful. I feel like a change. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now, what just happened is you didn't learn confidence. You access it in your body, okay? And this is the beginning. This is the foundation. And what we did tonight is we interrupted the pattern that was running on autopilot in your body. But patterns don't disappear in one session. And this is the truth I wish someone would have told me in my own journey when I started this journey, because I was traveling the world, attending high-end seminars, paying thousands of pounds, and couldn't understand why change wasn't happening for me. The truth is that patterns dissolve through repetition, embodiment, and deeper rewiring. And that's exactly what we do inside the Confidence Intensive this Saturday. Again, this is based on resonance. This is an invitation for those of you who feel like are ready to go deeper and truly shift at the cellular level. Because here's what most people don't realize. Insight is not transformation. Exposing yourself to insight just once will not change patterns that you have ingrained in your nervous systems through decades of repetition, okay? And I wish someone would have told me this as bluntly when I started my journey. So this is for you if you feel like you're ready for the next step. You might leave tonight feeling clear, more open, more connected, but then life happens again, a conversation, a meeting, a moment when you're seen, and the old pattern returns. Not because you didn't try hard enough to take in everything we shared in the session. It's because the system, it takes a bit of time to fully rewire it, okay? So just think about decades of practicing old patterns, unlearning that and learning new ways. It takes a deeper process, okay? And this is exactly why the Confidence Intensive exists, and I'm so passionate about facilitating that. So in that space, we go deeper. We just don't access confidence, we install it, and just imagine like a nervous system upgrade. This is how we do it inside. This is happening this Saturday, May 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. BST. And this is where we embody unshakable self-worth at a cellular level. Now, in this intensive, we work with rewiring the exact moments where we shrink, so we go deeper. We train your nervous system to stay present under visibility. We are practicing real-time expression, not theory, and we are anchoring confidence so it becomes your baseline, not a peak state. This is where confidence stops being something you try to remember and becomes something you operate from. Now, I want to make it clear, this is not more information. This is exactly this: repetition, embodiment, and repatterning. And this is where your system learns, I don't collapse when I'm seen. Now, if tonight resonated with you, then what you're really feeling is readiness. And if you feel readiness, I'll drop the link in the chat. Feel free to explore. If you are ready, this is not for everyone, let me be clear. This is for those of you who are ready to shift at a deeper level, okay? And this session is not about learning more. It's becoming different, becoming a person who operates from new patterns. Now, this Confidence Intensive is happening Saturday, and I just dropped the link in the chat. if you feel the pull, trust that. If you feel the pull, there is a reason. And if tonight was enough for you, that's okay too. Maybe your system is not ready for this upgrade yet. I just want you to truly get that confidence, it's not something that you build, it's something you stop blocking. And we started the process. Tonight was a beautiful foundation. We go deeper, we go deeper in the intensive. And so looking forward to seeing you there. If you feel like this is for you, let me know in the chat if you are joining the Confidence Intensive. Let me know in the chat if this shifted today something for you, if it was useful in any way as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again at future sessions. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure to have you all here today. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Han. Thank you, Havita. Thank you, Greg.